There are no more people in the fields because this machine has arrived. Introducing China's artificial intelligence-supported agricultural robot, XAGP-150. Not a tractor, not a combine harvester, not an ordinary agricultural vehicle. This robot is a revolution that single-handedly changes the fate of the soil. With special systems mounted on it, this machine plants seeds in minutes, sprays pesticides, and works like an army on its own during harvest time, completing all the work that farmers have been doing for centuries in seconds. It can work a field from beginning to end in the blink of an eye. Everyone who sees this machine for the first time has the same reaction. Is this really an agricultural machine? Introducing the XAGP-100 Pro. This flying monster, supported by artificial intelligence, which has destroyed traditional agricultural methods and completely eliminated human power, manages the fields from the sky, spraying thousands of square meters with perfect precision in minutes. This giant drone takes off, soars, and virtually locks down the entire field without a single drop being wasted. Moreover, it sprays and scans the field at the same time. When this giant machine enters the field, time literally stops. Zoomlion 88FH is a production monster that goes beyond classic combine harvesters. While mowing meters of area per minute, it simultaneously separates the straw, collects the grain, and sends it to the storage. Its movements are so flawless that not a centimeter is wasted. With each turn, productivity increases, and with each pass, another field is completed. Moreover, despite its giant structure, it is agile and fast. It reduces the work that would take days to hours. Watching this machine means seeing the limits of not only agriculture, but also engineering. This powerful tractor is fast, powerful, and effective enough to make you forget about classic machines. As soon as it is stuck in the ground, it grips the ground with its giant wheels and both plows and levels in a single pass. Its rear equipment can be easily changed, making it indispensable for planting, spraying, and pre-harvest preparation. It does not compromise on its speed and stability even when dragging tons of weight. Working with this tractor is like working in a factory, not in the field. Everything is planned, everything is fast, everything is efficient. Industrial's autonomous tractor becomes the master of the field without anyone at the wheel. With its cabin-less structure, it acts not just as a vehicle, but as a flat production machine. It cultivates the soil line by line without skipping a single inch of the land it enters, each step clear and flawless like an engineering calculation. There is no room for human error, no fatigue, no breaks. Once this tractor starts working, it focuses on its work day and night. When you watch it, you don't see a machine, but a giant thinking for itself in the field. Imagine an agricultural robot with eyes that challenges complex terrain. eVision J100 is exactly that, an AI-powered agricultural warrior that, unlike ordinary drones, perceives its surroundings and glides among plants with millimeter precision. This flying machine, which flies low and reaches under each leaf, performs the spraying task with pinpoint accuracy. Nothing more, nothing less. It single-handedly takes on the work of dozens of people working in the field and does not waste any space while doing so. When you watch it, you will see an agricultural robot that acts like a hunter, not a machine. When this machine enters the field, things get serious. When its giant spray arms open like a predator, it sprays hectares of land in a single pass. It neither loses its speed nor its precision. Each spray reaches the plant with millimeter calculations. Thanks to this giant agricultural monster, work that would take hours on large areas is now reduced to minutes. Neither wind nor rough ground can stop this machine. Once this machine enters the field, weeds have nowhere to run. Sol Hacker's autonomous weed remover understands what is planted in the soil and focuses only on pests. It neither digs randomly nor damages the crops. It scans between the rows in seconds, determines the target, and destroys it with a single touch. This machine instantly detects and cleans weeds that are hard to distinguish even with the human eye. Moreover, it continues this all day long without getting tired or taking a break. In the vineyards, people are now just watching, because the stage belongs to this robot. The Vineyard robot is a fully automatic vineyard worker who moves nimbly in narrow spaces in the vineyards, dancing between the plants. It starts working at the first light of the morning, checks the leaves, prunes the excess branches, and can even distinguish disease symptoms. Moreover, it can analyze the soil structure and perform a different process for each vine. Thanks to this robot, vineyard maintenance is no longer a tiring job, but a high-precision operation. It takes over the work that would take people days on its own and produces flawless results. This huge tractor, which is challenging even with its appearance, rips the heart of the soil out with its 6-cylinder engine. With its nearly 300 horsepower, it does not stop even in the most difficult terrain conditions. Deep plows, heavy discs, muddy grounds. It does not matter for this tractor. Every movement shakes the ground. Every pass leaves a mark on the soil. Plowing the field is like child's play for it, especially those giant rear tires tearing up the field. It is like a tank. In this scene, the legendary power machine that advances like a white storm onto the field, Ford TW20. But this time it is not doing an ordinary drive. This time it has a huge lime spreader in its arms, and it is coming to destroy the acidity of the soil. This system, which perfectly distributes hundreds of kilos of lime onto the field with each pass, is the unsung hero of productivity. The rotating discs at the back are working so powerfully that the white dust cloud flying in the air resembles the fog of war. Ford TW20 does not just plow, it improves the soil, preparing the crop of the future today. With its 3-axle structure, huge volume tank, and extraordinary discharge system, this machine takes organic fertilizer distribution to a whole new level. The powerful horizontal milling cutters at the rear break up the fertilizer and throw it meters away in seconds. It literally breathes life into the field with each turn. This is not an ordinary trailer. This is a nutrient-throwing machine that feeds the soil. Thanks to the Tridem system, it moves stably even on the most difficult terrain without ever losing its balance. When you watch the video and see how flawlessly this giant works, you will think of only one thing. It has become a green cutting machine when combined with the triple mowing set. With the giant mowing units attached to the front and sides, it mows 4 meters wide from the field with each pass. It performs a complete agricultural dance show with its speed, sharpness, and synchronized movements. This system, which mows a huge area in just a few minutes, does not race against time. It crushes time. While the tires are buried in the ground, the blades mow the grass as if they were cutting with a laser. What you will watch in this video is not just mowing. This is the embodiment of technology and power in the field. This huge structure is a marvel of power designed for the most efficient transfer of large volume loads in agriculture and industry. With its giant transport tank, endless spiral system, and high-capacity transfer power, it pumps thousands of kilos of material from one place to another in seconds. This system, which bursts out from inside the convoy, is at another level in terms of both speed and volume. As the rear spirals turn, the material inside is sprayed out with high pressure and a production explosion takes place. This tractor is neither a speed monster nor does it have a giant body, but its power lies in its simplicity, determination, and durability. It may seem small, but once it enters the field, it becomes the master of the field. It works nonstop for hours and is unrivaled in its maneuverability in narrow spaces. This compact giant, which is indispensable especially for small and medium-sized farms, connects the plow, pulls the trailer, and works in harmony with the equipment as if it were dancing. The engine sound it makes while working is like an agricultural symphony from the past.